I wonder when you got this bus on a route, eh? Did you get this one on Route 1292?
Boy, I vaguely remember.
Well, you're on her now.
Well, the days go by so fast. You hop on the bus and you get dragging. You look at the bus number, but you don't remember them.
But I mean, you get a different one every day.
But I'm doing what? 20 buses a month.
A month, eh? Wow.
Yeah, so 40 in 2 months.
So when did you stop doing weekend runs?
96.
Too much for you? Yeah.
That's in Shaughnessy, and yet on the weekends you have to go back to VP, right?
Yeah.
That's too far to come now.
And what if that bus is originally from, you know, Anderson or something? Then you have to make, or even Spring Gardens, then you have to go, you know.
Yeah.
So would you have to take the bus back to Spring since VP wasn't open?
No, I didn't do that. 96 I stopped driving weekends.
Yeah.
So I only on the weekends then I was going back to VP only.
Yeah.
I don't even think...
Only Spring is open on the weekends now.
Yeah, and it was the other way around back in 95. Spring I don't think was open on the weekends. No, it wasn't. Only VP.
Why don't they have certain supervisors then, so you can take your bus back to? I guess there's not a lot going on the weekends, right?
Yeah, that's right. I did work weekends, actually for cash after 96, just a little bit. When I had the opportunity, I'd work for cash, but I didn't have to take the bus back to the garage. I'd get relieved on the road.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's right too. But boy, we didn't have any money. Ooh, way back years ago, raising the kids. Oh man, no money. That's why I can't believe that.
But since you got relieved on the road, did that person who relieved you take the bus back to the garage when it went out of service? Or no, he would drive it for a few hours, then it would go.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Going back to the garage can be stressful sometimes because what if buses were late getting there, then you have to wait in the lineup.
That's right.
Have you ever had that happen? You got 4 buses getting washed and cleaned in front of you, then you have to...
Try 20 or 30. Oh man, I used to go back at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes you get there 1:45 in the morning to VP. You'd have 25, 30 buses ahead of you. You have to book overtime when you got in. It was crazy.
Did they would have to pay you for that, or did they?
Oh yeah, no, they pay you for that. What?
Because
How is it when you get back to the garage? Is it okay?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's not bad. You go right through.
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Do they have 2 lanes open?
Right now.
Yeah, at night. Yeah. Do they have?
VP.
Yeah.
Well, we just go into the barn and then around and by the fence.
Oh, you don't go through the wash lane. Oh.
Those
Oh, right. I forgot that. I used to do that. At times I used to do that, but years ago I had to go through.
And the one thing is, when you got these new Flyers in too, you had such a big bus fleet. That complicated things.
Yeah. Like I would be, I don't know if that bar is still there, where you go back and you turn to go down to the fare box. Because that's a long lane, right? Really long to go down.
Yeah,
That road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there used to be a bar there on the corner. Is it still there? Where to go drinking. You turn like this to go to VP down that lane, down that road. And it's a long fence. 12th Avenue, I guess it is, yeah. Well, not 12th Avenue. You go down 12th Avenue, then you turn left, and then you go down the side road to VP.
So what would you...
I go north of McLeod, then I turn on 12th Avenue.
And then
I turn left, right by the garage there.
Right, yes.
Then I go straight in.
Yeah, straight in, down that way.
And then I go like a
No, is that-
U-turn. Then I do like a U-turn.
Yeah, that's
And then
it.
I get to the fairbox.
Right, yeah.
And then I go past the wash lanes.
Okay. So,
Left. Then I go into the garage.
yeah.
I go by that booth where
See-
they tell us the.
So after you turn left off of 12th Avenue, then you turn right.
It's like
Now,
eight.
is that bar still there? There used to be a bar. Right where you turn right. There's a building. Right where you turn right.
Because when I turn left from 12th Avenue,
Yeah.
the garage is on the right. There's nothing there. It's in between.
Oh!
So I turn left, right at the garage.
Oh, at the garage.
So from top, that's how buses go now.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, I used to turn left at the lights and go down and then turn right, but that long lane, you know, that road.
Yeah.
And
Because
there's a,
we cannot drive on that.
oh,
So go on 12th Avenue all the way to the garage.
yeah,
And then we turn left right before the garage.
yeah, because you know
And
how,
then we do the U-turn and go inside.
you know how long that lane is?
Oh yeah.
I was backed up there. I would be sitting at the,
When I got hired, it happened.
Yeah.
It would happen,
Yeah, I
You're just
know.
staying in line there.
I know.
And overtime.
I was
stuff
telling
like
other
that.
drivers, maybe we should bring a sleeping bag and a pillow. Like, oh man.
So when you guys had no low floors available, because back a few years ago, you guys had quite a few high floors left, what would you do? You just have to go with it if all the low floors are being used?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Because
When you go back, you go to the fare box then?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you go around.
many times there's nobody at the fairbox, so it just drives straight through.
Oh, wow. You don't dump the fare box?
No, not every night.
Wow.
Sometimes it's every other night, sometimes even, nights.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know. They got them later.
Then you, yeah.
Straight.
Well, we don't get that much money, so they can actually do it like every 3 or 4 days or anything. They could. Oh, wow, it's so different today. Everything's so different.
Sure.
They build that underpass.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
And it's everything has changed. There was that cowboy bar.
Yeah, right. Cowboys, yeah. That's right. Yeah. Wow. Holy smokes, I didn't know that.
George, I don't know if I ever asked you, before the Jimmys retired, what's the last Jimmy you drove? That you ever got to drive before they were all gone?
Asking some pretty tough questions here.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Oh, no, thank you so much. Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm just curious because you've been with Transit for,
Yes, right. But it's so hard to remember these, the last Jimmy I drove, no, I wouldn't remember. Wow.
if you could get it again, would you ever drive a mid-sized Jimmy? If they
yeah,
still...
I would drive it if I had the opportunity. Sure.
My God. You said they had power in them things. I never got to experience them, unfortunately.
Well, nobody did. I drove basically the last one that was around. They took it off the road shortly after I drove it.
Was it just too worn out, or what?
No, it was, those were intended for DART, dial-a-ride transit. Somebody could phone and say, can you come to this house? And then they would call the driver. So they were so small, they used to go down back alleys. They weren't supposed to, but they could go down back alleys.
So it's like transit on demand, that type
Right.
of thing.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what they were for. They weren't really, you could put them back in the day. If you go back to the 70s, you could put them on the Route 81 up and down the Cloud Trail or something.
And did that still, that Route 81, go to the same stations like it does now? It's never changed.
Well, there was no Canyon Meadows. It used to just run, let's see, Anderson, Southland, Heritage, and Chinook.
Because Canyon Meadows LRT wasn't open yet.
Right, You used to turn around in Chinook and then come back. Chinook, Heritage, Southland, Anderson. Well, when you drove that one bus, it would go like this. When you touch the throttle, it would go like this. See my hand?
Yeah.
It would go like this. Like that. The front end would rise. All the time. You didn't even have to floor it. No, it was so much power. It was only half a bus. It was crazy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I got to drive one of those once before they retired it. It was.
What units were they? Were they 900s or were they 10?
I only drove into one. I can't remember.
That must have been pretty special for you. You got to drive.
So I wasn't expecting it. And my friend told me, luckily he told me, when you floor it, the front end will rise.
Yeah, and like,
Go like that.
and you mentioned Kathy. Who's Kathy now? One of the
No, she's gone a long time ago.
Yeah. When did she retire?
She didn't. She just left.
No fighting bike.
Yeah, I used to drive only once. I drove that. I came down one morning for a rush hour. And I had a maybe one up down the Cloud Trail. And gas station. It was only exactly half the size of a full bus. 20 footer. But it had a full size motor. Yeah. They used them for no, not a shuttle. It was a jeep with the steps and everything. Yeah. Half a bus. They used it for, they used to have dial-a-ride transfer. And people could phone. And that's what it was used for. But man, I tell you, when you floor it, it was like the front end would just, it literally, you felt it. Yeah, it was crazy. My friend told me that, and I'm glad he did. Because I wasn't expecting to.
And it's a lot damper in Calgary now than it's been.
Oh, it has, yeah. I never see it in the scout tank. It's always dry cold. You can always be made a center, right? But it's going to be easy.
Oh, when it gets down to minus 30 with minus 40 wind chill, that's when you really feel it.
That's when you just, I'm done with that one. I'm done with the day.
My bones get sore.
Yeah, I go ahead, believe it, man. Have a good night,
Thanks, take care.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like these buses, like when it gets super, super cold, I can't propel my muscles as well because of the cold.
Those half buses, they had a different bus number on them, different than all the other buses. They were separate numbered, completely. It wasn't like a 900 series or even a 700 series.
Still the same design, just half the size.
Yeah. And then yeah, no, I drove one of those, basically the last one that morning. It was gone shortly after that. I only drove it once ever. I didn't expect that. I didn't even really, they never told us anything about those buses. Well, they might have mentioned it in training. I think they did mention it. Just a brief mention. I never did that.
What year?
81. That would have been late fall of 81.
7 years ago.
When did you start getting your 1100s in, I wonder?
The 1100s, those were the early 90s.
Oh, you got them in then?
Yeah. Yeah, they were maybe, it might have been the late 80s, but like 89. But it was, I think the early 90s when we started getting them in.
Man, that must have been hateful though, you having to start the 1100 series up and then have it sit there and warm up.
Yeah, 1156. I really remember that because I went out of service at down in Fish Creek Park at the end of Elbow Drive, at the end of Mountain Drive.
Yeah.
And then went back to Spring Gardens that night. That was a weeknight. And I remember it was brand new. 1156 was beautiful. And a nice night, and I hit Deerfoot, and it was just gone, and it was, just flying. And they hadn't taken the governor off of it yet. And that thing moved. 1156, and it smelled like brand new.
Imagine if you took the half-size Jimmy on Deerfoot now, you would really feel the power.
Yeah.
Anyway, Wednesday, I guess I'll see you. I don't know what time.
Okay.
But I'll be either at Fish Creek, Somerset, or Shaughnessy.
Okay, but not at midnight, because I'm not there then.
I know! Yeah.
Well, you didn't say what you said. I said you don't know what time, so I thought I better just let him know.
So we would be at midnight.
I mean during the day.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Have a good night, George.
Thanks, okay.
I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye. Have a good night.